in Black hair care and cosmetic products have a greater impact on Black women's risk of breast cancer. The study found that chemicals called parabens are responsible for the increased risk in Black women, but the same results weren't seen in white women. The parabens also promoted the spread of breast cancer cells in the body with a bigger effect in Black patients. Joining me now to discuss, MSNBC medical contributor Dr. Ebony Hilton. And parabens are not something that I was completely unfamiliar with before this study because, you know, often if you're like on the Sephora website, it will note like there are no parabens in these particular cosmetics. This is a movement that cosmetic companies have had to respond to, but help us understand the direct link between chemicals like parabens and breast cancer. What does the data show us?
Right. The data shows that it not only helps promote the cells changing to be cancerous cells, but also to the progression of it spreading and being more malignant. And this is not just with parabens. We know there are many chemicals, not only in our cosmetics, but also in our food, in our air, in our water, that are contributing to increasing rise in what we see as cancer rates. And African Americans, unfortunately, we are time and time again, either through exposure through environmental racism, right, and what foods are actually allowed to be within our community due to zonings, we are at higher risk and placed at higher risk. And for Black women, unfortunately, what that translates to is we have higher death rates in every single state of the United States of America, and we die at younger ages.
One of the things I've talked about on the show is that my dad is a biologist, but specifically, he was a tumor oncologist. So I like to shorthand it. My dad was looking for the cure for cancer, everybody. That was what his job was for over 25 years. So I just know from him that there are so many different chemicals and so many things, like you said, food and cosmetics that can cause cancer. But what are we talking about here? How do we check the products before we purchase them to know what chemicals we should avoid? What ingredients should we be looking for?
Right. So basically, if you cannot name an ingredient, look it up to see what it is. There are plenty of apps that you can literally scan the zip code or the barcode to tell you whether or not this chemicals that make up this product have been deemed safe and or more risky for you. And it needs to be pushed not only on the consumer to do background on that, but we need to have policies in place of where we say that these things should not be allowed within products that are for human consumption and human utilization. We know that if you look at our food products, that there are certain food products in the United States of America that are literally illegal to sell in other countries and other developed nations. And the question is, why is that allowed here? How is capitalism taken kind of precedence over whether or not we actually live to reap the benefits of capitalism? It does not make sense. But there are many apps that you can go to looking at the chemicals that are listed within not only your foods, but also your cosmetic products to see, is this linked to cancer? Does this increase my risk? And particularly if you're already high risk because of either your family history or because of the demographic by which you belong to.
It's helpful information. I want to turn to the topic of COVID.